Taped live and in color in Skokie, Illinois, it's Steve Gadlin's Star Makers.
When you feel so full of talent and you've got that special pep,
when Hollywood and Broadway are calling you and you want to take that very first step, I'm Steve Gadlin Star Makers.
you're gonna do fine.
I'm Steve Gadlin Star Makers. It's your time to shine.
The audience is seated, the spotlight's shining bright.
Get out there, you shooting star, and sparkle through the night. I'm Steve Gadlin Star Makers.
It's so loud.
I'm Steve Gadlin Star Makers. You're wowing the crowd. Steve Gadlin Star Makers. Steve Gadlin Star Makers. Steve Gadlin Star Makers. Yeah!
And now, the host of Steve Gadlin Star Makers, Steve Gadlin.
That's right. It's time for another show full of tomorrow's stars of Hollywood and or Broadway. Thanks for tuning in to Steve Gadlin's Star Makers. This time, we promise to provide a real feast for all of your senses. We all love drums so much because when we hear a song, they really help us keep the beat. And the beat is so important because it tells our body when to move and how. One kind of drums is called bongos. Here's drummer Chad Byers playing bongos along to a real great song. When you feel your body start to move, you'll be saying, "I told you so." Chad, that's great. Thank you for sharing your bongo playing with us.
Thanks.
So, how long have you been playing bongos?
For a little bit.
That's great. And I notice we see there's a larger bongo and a smaller bongo. And how do you know when to play each of the different bongos?
Right hand, left hand, so just kind of, this one's a little louder, this one's a little quieter.
That's great. It's wonderful to watch people enjoy what they're doing. Thanks so much, Chad, for being on Steve Gadlin's Star Makers.
Thanks.
We'll be right back. Are you talented? Are you ready to be discovered? Are you one of tomorrow's stars of Hollywood and or Broadway? If you answered yes or maybe to some of these questions, then we'd love to showcase your talent on Steve Gadlin's Star Makers. Visit us on our website, http://sgstarmakers.com, and click on the link that says, Be on Star Makers. We've all heard about comedians because of shows like Saturday Night Live and Johnny Carson's. Here's a little secret. You can find them on Steve Gadlin's Star Makers, too. Get ready to laugh a lot because these jokes are sure to tickle your funny bone. Let's welcome our very first lady jokester. It's Angela Vela.
So I was listening to the oldie station the other day, and this great song came on. You guys know this song, Percy Sledge's When a Man Loves a Woman. It's a good song, right? Sexy, it's timeless. So I'm singing along to this song, and I started paying attention to the lyrics. And you know, oldies are so great. We get so caught up in nostalgia and the doo-wop beats, we don't often pay attention to the lyrics. Let's go over these together. Percy Sledge's When a Man Loves a Woman. When a man loves a woman, he will turn his back on his friend if he puts her down. Not bad. It's a good guy, right? When a man loves a woman, he will spend his very last dime trying to hold on to what he needs. Right? It's good. It's good. When a man loves a woman, he will give up all of his comforts and sleep out in the rain, if that's the way she says it's got to be. Does anybody think he's in a bad relationship? Anyone? It's like the cycle of violence, right? Like this man has lost all of his friends. She has spent all of his money, and now his is sleeping out in the rain? I don't think so. Lose the bitch, Percy, okay? Who's the all right, a little bit worried about you. Another oldie that I like to think about too is, well, we all know this one, Sam Cooke's Saturday Night. Right? Like, what could be wrong with that song? Let's go over this together. Another Saturday night. I ain't got nobody. Got some money, because I just got paid. How I wish I had someone to talk to. I'm in an awful way. I feel like we need suicide watch, is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like at least a buddy system, intervention, like, I don't know how we didn't lose him sooner. I don't know. A little bit worried about Sam Cooke there. I know, all these basically are great, but if you're going to listen to them, make sure that you take a Prozac and a shot of whiskey, is what I'm saying. It's real depressing and racist, by the way. Real racist. I stopped drinking recently, just for 30 days. Let's not get out of hand. But I'm like 3 weeks in here, and like I'm doing it with my roommate. It's like the buddy system, right? And like, what's a detox? Like 30 days, right? So we're going through like, okay, let's do it together. And so we're going through the calendar on our phones, and we're going like week by week, and we're like, okay, well, you know, we can't start it like this weekend because I've got my sister's wedding and I'm gonna need a drink. And he's like, well, we can't do it the weekend after that. I have that birthday party I'm going to. And so basically what we did was we went week by week by week until we were about 3-4 months into the phone calendar when we realized that we were scheduling our detox around our alcoholism. Kind of feel like that's maybe a problem. I don't know. And that doesn't include the 20-minute conversation on whether or not that should even include wine. And it didn't include pot because that's how we got through it. Just smoke every day, pretty much. You know, and my mom is super excited that I'm trying to date lately. Like she's like, she gets way more excited than I do when I go out on dates. She's like, oh my God, Angela, I'm so excited that you're dating. It's so great, it's so great. And I'm like, yeah, Mom, of course I'm dating. Have you seen the economy? Like, I can't afford my lifestyle. Like the rising cost of Jameson this winter alone. Dates happened. That's what I'm saying. People got lucky. We're not talking about it. It's in the past. I want to leave you guys with some advice about dating, and this goes for all parties involved. If the guy that you're about to have sex with grabs a beer from the fridge, brings it over to the nightstand, sets it down, not weird, right? A beer for afterwards. It is a celebration. Celebrating having the sex, right? But if you say to him, baby, that's not going to still be cold afterwards. And he says, sure, it will. I just feel like that's a deal breaker. I just feel like it's what to do. Like, what I'm worried about is we're going to be like in the middle of having sex, and he's going to look over and be like, whoa, the mountains on those Coors Lights are changing colors. We need to wrap this up. That's how sex happens. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I'm Angela Vela. Thanks.
Angela, that was great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
It's great to have comedians on the show telling all sorts of jokes. Oh, how long have you been telling jokes?
About 3.5 years here in Chicago.
That's great. And I imagine over that time you've told jokes at a lot of different places.
Yeah, mostly my bathroom in front of the mirror. It's like where I perform the most, yeah.
I bet that's a great audience.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the best. Best laughs, yeah.
I like that you tell jokes about oldies. My favorite oldie is called Brandy.
Oh, she's a fine girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be.
Such a fine girl.
But my heart, my love, and my lady is the seed.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, it's a good one.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.
Fun.
Did you know that you can watch Steve Gadlin's Star Makers on the go? It's called a podcast. You can get our podcast on your compatible device by visiting our website, http://sgstarmakers.com, and clicking the appropriate links. They're the ones that say, subscribe with iTunes, or subscribe to RSS. A podcast is great, and we have one. I'm already tapping my toes to this great band, and they haven't even started playing their original music yet. That's right, I said original, which means these aren't songs you've heard on the radio or on CDs. But that doesn't mean they're not just as good. We're proud to welcome the great band Skatterplot to Steve Gadlin's Star Makers.
I was an actor, I was a writer, I was a politician, I was a no one, I was an odd boy, I was an odd boy, I was an odd boy. I was a cure, I pardoned diseases, I was a child, an old soul at heart, I was a prized possession, but no one could win me, I was an odd boy. I was an odd boy. I was an odd boy. Oh baby, I was an odd boy. I was an odd boy. And every day in my heart, it doesn't matter no more if there's warmth or not. I just keep to the ground. I just keep to myself. I just know that I'd rather be someone else. But back then I was an odd boy. Oh baby, I was an odd boy. We were such an odd boy. Back then I was an odd boy. is warm the night. I just keep it to the ground. I just keep it to myself. 'Cause I know that I'd rather be someone else. But back then I was an odd boy. Oh baby, I was an odd boy. Can you believe I was an odd boy? Oh, such an odd boy.
Wow, that was fantastic. Come on over, Steve. So tell us a little bit about that song that you just played for us.
Off Grid is actually on my latest album. Odd Boy is on my latest album called Off Grid, which you have right there. And it is me singing, and I'm doing a lot of backtracks and a lot of programmed instruments on there.
That's great, and you can learn about this on Skatterplot.com with a K. Tell me about the song Odd Boy. What was the inspiration for that song?
It's really just about anyone that feels like they've been out of place in their life, and I just thought, well, let's call it Odd Boy.
That's great. I think that's a noble song to write, and I loved it. It was fantastic. I was tapping my toes.
Yeah, I hope you liked it.
I did. I encourage everyone to check out Skatterplot.com and listen to Steve's new album, Off Grid. And thanks so much for being on the show.
It was a pleasure, Steve. It was very exciting.
We'll be right back. Did you know there's an organ you can put in your mouth? That's right, it's called the harmonica. It's a special treat that makes music to your ears when you blow and suck while thinking about notes. Here's Jim Helgesen to introduce you to that one-of-a-kind organ, the harmonica. Wow, that was fantastic. Thanks so much.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. Tell me, how long have you been playing the harmonica?
Since I was a kid, I guess.
That's great. And do you have any favorite harmonica players? Like famous harmonica players that you like, or do you just play it because you love it?
Well, John Popper's a famous harmonica player. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a good harmonica player. What are your favorite types of music to listen to?
The kind with the radio.
I like radio music too. Thanks so much for being on the show. We'll be right back. Detectives have a really tough job. Everyone knows you can't solve a mystery without any clues, and clues are pretty hard to find. But you know what's great about detectives? It's so fun to watch them hard at work. Here are Steve Gadlin's Star Makers Ensemble members, Erica Reed and Rebecca Rhine, playing a couple of dicks on the case.
Johnson, this crime scene is brutal. I don't know that we can solve this case.
Don't worry, Kachowski. We're the city's top detectives. We just have to scour the crime scene for clues.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, but enough chatting. Let's look for some clues.
Okay. Kachowski, I found a clue!
Great work, Johnson! Does it help lead to who the bad guy is?
Actually, according to this clue, it looks like we're looking for a bad girl.
What? Good work, Johnson. Hey, but enough talking. Let's look for more clues.
Okay.
Ooh! I found something!
What is it, Kachowski?
Well, according to this clue, it looks like the first name, starts with an O.
That is a really good clue. But enough of this idle chit-chat. Let's keep looking for clues.
Okay.
Oh boy, Kachowski, I just found a really big clue.
What is it?
Well, according to this clue, the bad guy is Onetta Presto.
Onetta Presto? Ha! That's impossible.
Why do you say that, Kachowski?
No, I know her. She would never be responsible for this. No way. She's so hardworking. She never takes shortcuts. No way. She works real hard for the money. She works hard for the money, so hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right.
She works hard for the money, so hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right.
Met her there in the corner stand and wonders where she is. And it's strange to her, some people seem to have everything.
9 a.m. on the hour hand, and she's waiting for the bell. And she's looking real pretty, just waiting for her clientele. She works hard for the money, so hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right. She works hard for the money, so hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right.
28 years have come and gone, and she's seen a lot of tears of the ones who come in. They really seem to need her there.
It's a sacrifice working day to day, but little money just tips for pay. But it's worth it all just to hear them say that they care. She works hard for the money, so hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right.
She already knows she's in a bad time. She already knows these are the good times.
She'll never sell out, she never will, not for a dollar bill. She works hard. She works hard for the money, so hard for it, honey. She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right.
I hope you had as much fun as I did watching, listening, and seeing tomorrow's stars of Hollywood and or Broadway. Remember the names and performances you see on our show. It's only a matter of time before tomorrow is today. And these future stars become rock stars. I'm through with standing in line to clubs we'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win. This life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be. Tell me what you want. I want a brand new house on an episode of Cribs and a bathroom I can play baseball in and a king-size tub big enough for 10 plus me. So what you need? I'll need a credit card that's got no limit and a big black jet with a bedroom in it. Gonna join the Mile High Club at 37,000 feet. Been there, done that. I want a new tour bus full of old guitars, my own star on Hollywood or Broadway Boulevard. Somewhere between Cher and James Dean is fine for me. So how you gonna do it? I'm gonna trade this life for fame and fortune. I even cut my hair and change my name, 'cause we all wanna be big rock stars and live in hilltop houses driving 15 cars. The girls come easy and the drugs come cheap. We'll all stay fat, skinny or fat, 'cause we just won't eat. And we'll hang out in the coolest bars in the VIP with the movie stars. Every good gold digger's gonna wind up there. Every playboy bunny with their bleached blonde hair. And well, hey, I wanna be a rock star, or a theater star, or a writing star. Hey, I wanna be a rock star. Thanks for watching all the types of stars tonight. The future stars of Hollywood and or Broadway on Steve Gadlin Star Makers. We'll see you next time.